afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1487th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with O.Carboni. Of course, that would be me. Sometimes these videos are short-term trading, and sometimes it's for a little bit longer term. What you'll see in tonight's video is kind of a little bit of both, so pay attention. Before we get into the topics on the board, you must know that futures trading is extremely risky these days, more than ever. Volatility is through the roof. If you do not know that a stop is your best friend, if you do not put your stops in first, if you don't have risk capital to lose, get up and run from the camera right now and don't listen to anything else I'm going to say, because you'll lose your money. If you understand about stops and risk and proper risk management, pay attention to what I'm going to show you on the board. So traders, this video is being filmed on a Tuesday night, and that's for trading Wednesday and forward for July 2016. So let me talk about a couple of things. We had the holiday reversals. You know, I didn't really discuss them in my last video with you because I was too excited about the gold and silver about to explode. And boy, oh boy, did they explode or what? Great call. I am really glad I was able to present you with that call before it happened. The metals, I will tell you this right now, are the metals whispering? Are the metals whispering? You know what I'm going to say next, right? Gold does not move like this for no reason. Silver has joined the race. Copper is getting really busy. Platinum and palladium. We've got some things going on. So, are metals whispering? I think so. We've got a green omni for gold and silver for trading on Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Wednesday?
Yep.
Okay. Failure to make a new high last week in the NASDAQ, the ES, the Dow, that offers us another piece to the puzzle. This is what I mean. Everything that I've been showing you, the head and shoulders, gold rallying for no reason we thought, then silver coming up behind it, the failure of the head test in the emini S&P, and then it starts to break down, the Russell failing at the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, these and the volatility that we're getting while it's failing at those highs, these are all puzzle pieces. You put them together, you've got your technical picture. The latest piece to be added in was this. If you do not make a new high, when you're rallying towards an old high, especially with the head and shoulders formation like that, and the market dumps, if you do not rally up and make a new high, that's another puzzle piece. It's telling you that there's more reason to think that you're putting in a top in the market. I am not here to tell you the top is in, not yet, but I'm showing you a lot of signs that build a puzzle that tell us technically we could have a short-term top here, if not longer than that. We do know, last thing about that, we're in a big bull market, but we're having a lot of trouble making new highs up here with big volatility. That's indicative of a top in many, many cases. We'll see where that's going to go. Then you've got this. The dollar, the bonds, the gold, they're all up together, and that is flight to quality behavior. Gold exploding, dollar exploding, bonds going up too, stock market starting to have trouble, can't make new highs, flight to quality behavior. Why is there flight to quality behavior? I don't think we all have seen that reason yet. We haven't seen that shoe drop. That is why gold has been rallying for 3 months and why silver has joined in. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about in tonight's video. These are decent topics. They're very interesting, and it is really proactive on what's going on right now in the markets. So let's go look at the charts and see what they're whispering. Remember, another puzzle piece has been offered. We've got the head and shoulders. We've got failure at the head and shoulders. You've got metals rallying. You've got bonds rallying. This is risky behavior, or people afraid of what may happen next type of behavior, flight to quality. So that is going on right now. It's undeniable. Let's see where that's going to go. Traders, if you like the analysis in these videos, if you enjoy the chart segment you are about to see, come on down to livewithoscar.com, come into my free trading room, and allow me to help you understand the charts the way I will show them to you on this whiteboard in a moment. Another thing I want to make sure that you are aware of is the Omni camp that I'm holding September 9th through the 11th. 9th through the 12th, that would be. Omni Camp, September 9th through 12th. There are 4 open seats. 2 of them are gone, 4 left. If you would like to train and learn the Omni, which is Oscar's market navigational indicator, If you would like to train here with me in Vegas and learn how to make these calls for yourselves, come on down to livewithoscar.com, fill out an OmniCamp application, and I will call you and qualify you for a seat. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, the first chart I'm going to show you this evening is where it all began. If you recall, I've been showing you this chart since we had the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we were down here. The next thing I called for was an Oscarism known as the head test. We got the head test, failure. Second try at the head test, bigger failure. We have not gotten above that head test area, and it's certainly having difficulty here. That's interesting to say the least, and you got what looks to be like a little M forming up there, which can be bearish as well. So this is what brought our attention to the possibility that maybe a short-term top is brewing in the emini S&P, but there's more. Look at the Russell 2000. Tonight's chart masterpiece, by the way. A fantastic chart this is. The Russell 2000's got a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, head and shoulders formation, just like the emini S&P. Also, it formed above the shoulder, and the head formed above the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, and then the right shoulder dropped down below it, formed completely below it, and we had a dump. Market rallies up for the head test, never gets anywhere near the head test area. Why? Because it falls apart at O.Carboni once again. So when you're above it, you're above it. When you're below it, you get below it. When you're below it, you get below it. Now we're below it. Interesting, right? Let's see. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing tells us that we have to top out here. But you've been following me with this pattern since I've been showing it to you for a few months. It's a weekly chart, don't forget. And you can see what's happening. But there is more. Then you look at the NASDAQ. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. But here's where it gets really interesting. See this line? Once again, it's the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. So you've got the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, the line cutting through. Let's dull in these a little bit. Let's take off the bold and let me just show you what that line looks like. Look what happens here. You get below the O.Carboni and wow, big move. You get back above it, monster move, and you hold above it. But look what happens once again. You get below it and lightning strikes. So then we stay below for quite some time. You get above, you hold above. We are below it again. The first dip, it cracked. We got up to here, and now we're back below. Very interesting juncture that we're at right now, wouldn't you say? All of this is sort of proving that this may actually be a topping formation. We'll find out shortly. Then you've got the German DAX. Very interesting chart. Weekly chart of the German DAX. I've been showing you this chart for months on end, probably for 2 years. This goes back to 2009 where you bounce off this red support line and you bounce off of it again in 2011. You don't come near it again for almost a 5-year run, all through 11 through 14. You almost don't touch it again. Bounce off of it and skyrocket. But then, look at the difference in time. Suddenly you come right back and hit it in 2015, and then you hit it again in 2015. Now remember, almost 5 full years of trading, you don't hit it at all. Suddenly you hit it, boom, boom, twice, rally up and get under it in the same year. Down, and then in 2016 you start staying under this line. A little above, mostly we're under it. That's not right. And this is what I have been telling you. Traders, if you've been following my videos, since we got to here, I've been telling you this is not right. Now all of this has happened since, and that is still not right. You're supposed to be above the red line. All of this are puzzle pieces painting our technical picture. Then we move on to gold. We found the cup and handle, blow off. Then you had some consolidation and more blow off takes place. The cup, handle, and then the blow off. Pay particular attention to this spot right here and I'll show you why. Remember I showed you silver? And remember, gold does not act like this for no reason. Remember I showed you the silver, cup and handle? We came out of the handle and look what happened, just like the gold so far. Is that not cool? How about a round of applause for that? Here's why. When I showed you the cup and handle, that's all you had from me. When I showed you the gold cup and handle, that's all you had from me. The great stuff happened after we made the call. Not after it happened. We made the call based on a chart formation that was very clear. Then this happened in both cases, both silver and gold. That is way cool analysis. Next. Bear flag in the euro. If you remember this from last week, we were blessed enough with being able to sell it right here, and we had a nice dump. Well, look where it's at again. It rallied up to the top of the line, came back down, hit the bottom of the line. You are still in a well-defined bear flag in the euro, below the 200 bar moving average. And then finally, on the other side of the euro, would be this wonderful bull flag in the dollar index. Dollars going up, metals going up too. Remember this. If you had a teeter-totter, and you put gold on one side, dollars on the other, if that teeter-totter started to rock down this way with dollars moving down, gold would go up. And on the opposite end of that, if you had the teeter-totter and dollars were going up, gold would go down. So why are they doing the same thing right now? Why are dollars going up and gold going up and bonds going up, silver going up? This is called flight to quality behavior. Otherwise, the bull flag in the metals would put pressure on the gold, but instead they are rallying together. That is very interesting, traders. Do your own analysis, pull your own charts, and I will meet you at livewithoscar.com.
I drove 29 hours from Wisconsin to come down here, drove it straight through, and on the way down, I was expecting to perhaps be tired somewhere along the way because it's a long drive. And I was up essentially for probably a day and a half, but my mind was just racing all the way down. I had so many things that I wanted to learn. I had so many questions that I wanted to ask. I was so excited about being able to come down here and meet him in person because he's just a force of nature when you see him on these videos. He's every bit as fun and informative and genuine as you might suspect, and just the whole way down I was completely engaged in wanting to be here.
I've been watching him for the last 8 months, and of course I was skeptical when I saw his flashes and all that, and then I started watching and seeing what he was doing and I was quite impressed by what he was putting out there, so I had to come and see it.
I came here because I saw Oscar on the internet, of course, joined the chat room, was impressed with his apparent track record, and so I bought the course to learn how to do it myself.
I was learning along the way as in the chat room, things would pop up, and I definitely recognized within a month or two that it was very, very powerful what was going on. It was very, very, there was a lot of possibility. I saw the possibility, but yet I understood within a relatively short period of time that it was very, very difficult for me to do without having the extra additional knowledge about what Oscar does. So that's why I made the decision and was very, very fortunate to be able to come out to this first Omni Camp 2.0, and I'm very, very glad that I did.
I had big expectations regarding his system, and this whole experience just blew my mind. I mean, it over-delivered expectations, for sure.
Why create mediocrity when you can imitate genius? And to me, Oscar is a genius in this business because he's studied it more, he's tested it more, he's tested it with his own money and continues to do that. What better validation could you have?
Traders, there you have it. The charts do not lie. Showed you what the metals charts look like. They are whispering to the upside, undoubtedly. Showed you that we've had failure to make new highs, and that's putting more pressure on the stock market that was trying to make those new highs, now getting grand volatility, another piece of the puzzle. And then the dollar, the bonds, the metals, rallying together, called flight to quality. See that in the charts for yourselves. Meet me at livewithoscar.com in the free trading room. And remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things, in my opinion, that you can do to try to keep those emotions at bay is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, livewithoscar.com. I'll see you there. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.